African Americans were often restricted to living in specific neighborhoods or areas designated for colored residents. These neighborhoods were typically overcrowded, poorly maintained, and lacked essential services and infrastructure compared to predominantly white neighborhoods. African Americans faced widespread discrimination in employment, with many jobs and professions effectively closed off to them. They were often relegated to low-paying, menial jobs with little opportunity for advancement or fair wages. Some towns and cities enforced curfews for African Americans, requiring them to be off the streets by a certain hour in the evening. Additionally, there were sundown towns where African Americans were explicitly forbidden from residing or even being present after dark, under threat of violence from white residents or law enforcement. African Americans were often denied access to medical facilities and healthcare services that were reserved for white patients. They were forced to seek medical treatment at segregated hospitals and clinics, which were frequently underfunded and provided substandard care. In some communities, there were laws or informal rules dictating that African Americans were not allowed to walk on the same sidewalks as white people. They were expected to step aside or cross the street to avoid coming into direct contact with white pedestrians. These laws and practices were part of a system of racial oppression and segregation that pervaded nearly every aspect of African American life during the Jim Crow era. They reinforced white supremacy and systematically denied African Americans their civil rights and liberties. What behavioral patterns do you notice that stems from Jim Crow laws?